in your opinion, how advantageous is having a modern solution in place for recruitment of specialized labor from a diminishing labor pool, i.e. do younger generations typically find these solutions organically intuitive versus legacy systems? I think the gut reaction response to that is, I would imagine, yes, it's going to be, people are just connecting in different ways today than they have in the past. Making connections through, making more connections through more different types of modern platforms is definitely something that the younger generations they grew up with it. It's not a new fun thing. It's just the way that they operate and the way that they connect with the people around them. So even in education, you're seeing more and more, how do we work when we don't have a classroom? How do we learn and how do we teach when we don't have a classroom? So I think the expectation is more intuitive systems, more automated systems. Nate, you mentioned earlier that, AI generated onboarding, just making it really easy for people to understand what's possible for me, how do I get involved, and to make those connections between companies that are looking for specialized labor and the people out there that may be looking for that type of work or needing a job. So yeah, I don't know if you want to add to that, Nate.
Yeah, I mean, I think at a very simplistic level, individuals that are in the recruitment process are not terribly different than those that are hiring them. I mean, we all want simplicity. We want things to be simple, easy, intuitive, transparent. The technology that we've talked about, whether it's mobile technology, wearables, I think are a great example. They're things that we've just gotten used to experiencing in our personal lives. And those expectations have sort of expanded into lots of areas, professional arenas is an example. But so at a simple level, whether a system needs to be super modern or high tech, I think is maybe less important of just the basic question of, is the way that we're recruiting and is the experience that those we're recruiting seeing and feeling, is it simple and is it intuitive? If we think of, again, putting ourselves in the shoes of those on the other end, based on the conveniences of our mobile phones, of apps that we've connected to, of the fact that we can order supplies from anywhere in the world and never even have to get up from our couch, including when it arrives, and we don't have to go to the store anymore to pick things up. There are just certain things that have caused us to have a certain expectation about convenience, about speed, and about simplicity. Mm-hmm. So anything that feeds into those, I think, is going to increase the reception from those that we're trying to recruit. And it's going to send the message that the organization that they're considering working for has that same mentality, which is, how can we make life easier, simpler, faster?